massive trade update. The Pittsburgh Steelers are in position for a blockbuster move for their roster. This is to help bolster the team to see if they can make a long playoff run. My name is Tamir Jean-Charles, and this is Steelers Digest. Let's hop right into it. We got the new subscriber count up there. We've got a lot of new subscribers. Everybody's really new to the channel, so it's really good to see the new people coming to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, it is free. You can subscribe. And you can get a lot of this content that we've got rolling out in the future. I've got YouTube Shorts coming out, a different format to how I'm going to do things and give you guys different information as we continue to go on. But this video, we have trade rumors for NFL really, but obviously specifically for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The trade deadline is November 8th, so we are itching towards that deadline for everybody. And not only that, but particularly for the Pittsburgh Steelers, they start their division games very late in the year, essentially, that November to December range, where if you know Mike Tomlin, that December range is put up or shut up time. Are you going to be playing football in January? Essentially, that's what it is. And I don't want people to get caught up in, Tamir, it's an early season and we have a lot of time to go. I'm going to be very honest, right? September football are the times where you can make mistakes, yes. But now that we're into week 6 and we're going into week 7, obviously tonight is week 6, Thursday night football with the Eagles and the Giants. But as you start getting into late October football, November football, you kind of start seeing who are the teams that are going to stick around. Yes, you can make runs here and there. We see the Chiefs do that, especially in 2023 when they started off 2-4. But we may not have that luxury. So what we've got today and what I'm going to talk about is that it's really big is Chris Olave. Now, the NFL released that a list for trade rumors, and guess who's number 1 on that list? Chris Olave. And guess who's in there for potential suitors? Obviously, you've got the New England Patriots, got the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is a guy who I really want to talk about because it's a guy I believe in so much. At the end of the day, this is an Ohio State receiver. Now, say whatever you want. LSU's wide receiver U, Ohio State's wide receiver U, however you want to call it. Both colleges, both organizations have their players in the NFL balling. Obviously, Malik Neighbors of LSU just tore his ACL, and you obviously know Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are the top dogs in the league. But this is Chris Olave, who you enter your prime when you're 26 and he's 25 years old, already posted 2,000-yard seasons, having the ball thrown to him by Andy Dalton and Derek Carr and Drew Brees to the tail end of his career, I'd like to think, because he was with Michael Thomas for a little bit. Obviously, Jameis Winston was throwing him some balls as well. So this is a guy who, like George Pickens, like we traded, kind of had that inconsistent quarterback play. Obviously, doesn't have the shenanigans of Pickens, but so many things I want to get into about this guy. Just an amazing player. Just an automatic. He's just a walking target. Big receiver, 6'1", 6'2", 200+ pounds. Can play in the slot. Can play outside. He's genuinely just a walking target, which you love to see. Obviously, this is Nick Underhill, a big Saints insider, talking about how some of the veteran guys are going to be shopped for the Saints coming up, and I'm hoping Olave can be one of them. And real quick, I want to say something important. A lot of people always say, there's always risk doing everything, right? So a lot of people will say, oh, Tamir, why do you want this guy if he's getting concussions all the time? And if another team doesn't want him, then why would you want him? There's risk in everything. There's risk in the Packers trading for Michael Parsons. He came to the team with back issues, and they had to have him on a snap count initially. So I'm just saying there's risk to everything. There's risk to the Miami Dolphins wanting Tyreek Hill. We could see how that turned out for them, evidently. So there's risks in everything. You're never going to have a seamless fit. You're only going to find that on hindsight, which obviously we want with this situation. But this is a guy who has a lot of injuries. And I wouldn't say injuries in terms of soft tissue injuries like quads and hamstrings, and he just can't stay healthy. He's really just been thrown into terrible situations. Yes, some of the hits he's taken, he has caught the ball, gotten upfield, able to assess the situations, and just, you're playing a violent sport. It's football. He has got hit. Most of his hits are because his quarterbacks are genuinely just leading into accidents, like just real life car accidents. And that's obviously what you don't want from a wide receiver. So, I mean, if you're in a situation where you're trying to win now, which obviously Omar Khan and the Pittsburgh Steelers are in right now, I mean, taking just a tad bit of that load off of him with DK Metcalf continuing being our number one, and Chris Olave coming in as a 2, which the NFL is kind of shifting more towards 1A and 1B. You can obviously see that A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Cooper Kupp, Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr. They probably need to throw Travis Hunter the ball a bit more. But those kind of situations where, you could see it's not really a 2 receiver. These guys are capable of being 1. So that's where the NFL is heading. That's where the Pittsburgh Steelers are heading. And that's what I hope that they do in the future. This is something I wanted to share. This is obviously from this season. This is posted on October 6th by PFF Fantasy. These are the target shares, right? Like, this is not a bum. Nowhere near to being a bum. Obviously, 2 1,000-yard seasons. I'm so up on this player. I don't want people to get this situation misconstrued. This is a baller. It's an Ohio State receiver. Yes, that holds rank. It holds rank, right? Like Marvin Harrison Jr., Jackson Smith and Jigba, Emeka Egbuka, Chris Olave. I don't know if I mentioned Marvin Harrison Jr. I think I did. Garrett Wilson, like Michael Thomas. The list goes on and on. This is not a joke. I take this very seriously. When you have guys of that mold that come from that Brian Hartline coaching, obviously now, he was formerly the wide receiver coach when all those guys were there, and now he's the offensive coordinator at Ohio State. These are the guys, right? So we all know Puka Nacua leads the NFL in targets and leads the NFL in catches and leads the NFL in yards, and he's just seems like every single time Stafford's dropping back to throw the ball, he's throwing the ball to Puka Nacua. This guy's second. 51 targets through 5 games with Spencer Rattler as his quarterback. Now, Spencer Rattler is actually not playing terrible football this year, but those are his numbers. So I really don't want everyone to get this situation mixed up. This is a very, 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 very talented player. Only 25 years old. And if the Pittsburgh Steelers can somehow get this over the line with all those picks that we have, and I do want to say in a draft class that's not really that uber talented in 2026, that's more so the 2027 class. You wouldn't say, oh, Tamir, no, they're stocking up draft picks for 2026. I wouldn't really say that. It's not really the best draft class. In the past 5 years, I would say even in the past 10 years, this 2026 draft class is not going to be good. If you're keeping up with college football, I'm not saying they're bad players. It's going to probably be more a defensive draft, 100%. But the offensive talent just really isn't there. So I would think that if you do want to use, I wouldn't say a bulk, but if you want to use some of your picks that you have collected over the offseason, that you would do it before that November 8th deadline, because division play starts, right? We got the Browns on Sunday, and I'll make a preview video about that. Then we got the Bengals, Ravens. Like, our division games start rolling in, and we have to take them seriously, right? Even though I went over the 3-headed monsters in the AFC North, that is Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco evidently now, and Cooper Rush. We have to take those games seriously, Pittsburgh fans. We lost to Ryan Finley a few years ago. And we almost lost to Cooper Rush when he was in Dallas. It came down to the last throw of the game where he threw it in the end zone and Joe Hayden batted it down. So I think Mika batted it down. But I don't want everyone to get I don't want anybody to get anything misconstrued. When the Steelers play football, it is heart attack time. I don't want to admit that, but I'm here to give you the truth. You trust me to give you the truth, and I'm going to give you the truth. We're not a bad football team. I'm just going to let you know what we do sometimes. We have lost to Tyler Huntley. We have lost to RG3. I think we almost lost to Trace McSorley when he was the backup at the Ravens. So you lost to Alex Smith. He did win comeback player of the year, but you get my point, right? You get my drift. So we can't come in these games cocky. These are division games. We're 3-1. We've got a huge lead in the North. We've got to keep that going. Because right now we're chasing number 1 seed. I'm not talking about number 1 seed in the North. I'm talking about number 1 seed in the AFC. We're chasing that. Now, yes, Chiefs do have Patrick Mahomes. They can make a run, but football's football. So we'll see. That's what I wanted to bring you guys. The great news about Chris Olave. He's going to be a great player. He's continued to be a great player. I mean, he gets the targets like he is that great player, which he is. Just continue to see him, right? So obviously another week is going to go by before the deadline, maybe another one as well. So keep watching him. A few are actually going to go by. So keep watching number 12 of the New Orleans Saints. He's a very special player. But all right, Yinzers, I'll see you guys in the next one. This is a good one. Pleasure talking with y'all. Peace.